Hi, this is Jeff Dickey, broker and owner of the Dickey Group Realtors. And in this video, I want to discuss the subject of earnest money. What is earnest money? And I've got some notes here with me that I'm going to discuss the most frequently asked questions regarding the subject of earnest money. And I literally was asked by a young couple today, what is earnest money? And so I decided here, let's discuss this. Earnest money is typically a small amount of the purchase price that accompanies the offer that the buyer will put down with the offer when they actually submit an offer to make the purchase of a home. And so the very name, earnest money, shows that you're earnest, shows that you're serious, that you're committed to making the purchase. It's typically also referred to as a deposit. It's referred to as good faith money toward making the purchase of the home. Earnest money is not your down payment. I had another couple ask me, is my earnest money my down payment? The answer is no. Your down payment is typically a percentage of your purchase price agreed with your lender for the particular loan program that you're getting. In the state of Ohio, this is one of the big misconceptions about earnest money, is in the state of Ohio, it takes no earnest money to make a contract legal. I've had buyers think they have to put something down. I've had buyers say, hey, if I put down $1, will that work? It doesn't take any zero earnest money to make a contract legal. And so if it doesn't take any money, why would I want to put any money down? Because sellers love it. Sellers expect earnest money. Sellers want earnest money. And why? Because it shows that you are serious, it shows you are committed, it shows that you plan to fulfill the agreement and go through with the deal. It seems in our area that earnest money is kind of an age-driven thing. A lot of our elderly people come from our more senior sellers come from a time period when you would put down a deposit, you would shake hands, and we had a deal. Now, as time has passed, loan programs have changed. There's many loan programs out there today, FHA, VA, USDA loan programs, where little to no down payment money is required. And because of that, earnest monies, because buyers don't have a lot of down payment money, that's why they're getting these loan programs. And then therefore, since they don't have a lot of money, the earnest money deposits have become much smaller. How much earnest money should I put down? I get asked this question all the time. And let me say this to you about earnest money. It's totally negotiable between you and the seller. I've seen purchase contracts where there's zero earnest money, $500, $1,000, $20,000 earnest money accompanying your offer when you present the offer to the seller. Some sellers put down a lot of earnest money on purpose because they're trying to entice, they're trying to persuade that seller into accepting their offer, and so they're using a large amount of earnest money to try to convince that seller that, hey, we're serious and you need to consider accepting our offer. As far as amounts of earnest money, I would tell you to have this conversation with your realtor, your agent that's representing you, because there's a lot goes into the amount, how the type of loan program you're getting, how much money you have saved up, what the seller's expectations are. And let me say this to you. Sellers will let you know once negotiating begins what their expectations are as far as earnest money. And so I get asked the question all the time, will I get my money back if the deal doesn't work? And this is based on the contingencies that's in the offer. Typically, when you write a contract on a property, you'll have contingencies. There'll be financing contingencies, home inspection contingencies, termite inspection contingencies. And if for some reason these contingencies are not met, let's say you get denied financing and your lender provides you a letter from your lender saying you've been denied for the loan, or the home inspection is done and the property is found to have problems that can't be remedied within a reasonable amount of time, then yes, you have a right to get your earnest money back. Sellers cannot keep your earnest money in that particular case. However, once contingencies are fulfilled, they're met, the contingencies are removed from the purchase contract, then and then all of a sudden you, the buyer, get cold feet, you back out of the deal, then yes, the seller would have a right to keep your earnest money if they choose to, plus possible damages and possible breach of contract. And so I get asked all the time, when will I get my earnest money back? And let me say this to you. Let me talk to you from the perspective of a successful closing. Once you have a successful closing, you get to the closing, typically you get your earnest money back at the closing. Because the realtor, the broker, will bring the money to the closing and give that money back to you. And so if you put down a deposit of $1,000, $2,000, it's kind of a nice surprise at the closing that you're going to get $1,000, $2,000 back, and that you go buy furniture, go buy appliances, and that's kind of a nice thing. Some loans, however, it depends on what you and the lender have worked out, your earnest money deposit may be included with your down payment. And when that happens, basically the nice thing about that is if your earnest money is being applied to the purchase price, part of your down payment, you, the buyer, get to bring less money to the closing. If that's the case, what would happen is the real estate agent representing you would actually bring your earnest money to the closing, give that money to your lender, and that lender would then take it, add it to your down payment money, which would allow you to bring less money to the closing. Most good purchase contracts, most modern good purchase contracts used today have specific language in them as to the distribution, details of the distribution of earnest money in the event that there's a disagreement or some sort of a dispute. And let me say this also, the Ohio Association of Realtors has a white paper available that actually details earnest money management. And so if you would like to have a copy of that, we can provide that to you simply for the asking. And in closing, if your goal is to write the strongest offer possible, then earnest money must be in the discussion. And so I thank you for watching this video. This is Jeff Dickey, broker, owner of the Dickey Group Realtors, and have a great day.
Systems to create a moving experience. The Dickey Group Realtors.